Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about translations. These two shapes are identical. In math terms, we say they are congruent. We can move shapes on a grid, that's on the last lesson, with these three simple steps. These movements are called transformations. Use a combination of these three movements. Slide it along a straight line, flip it horizontally or vertically, so horizontal is this way, vertical is this way, and turn it around a fixed point. Today we will perform slides, also called translations. The point or shape in the new position is called the image. Draw a point on a grid and label it A. So let's do that. I'm going to draw it right here. A. Draw a point B that is the image after the given translation. So let's look this over. So for the first one, it says 2 units down. So we're doing this one. So 2 units down on a grid would be 1, 2. This is where B is. Okay. So if I were to do another letter here for B, let's go here. So let's make this A. 3 units up, 1, 2, 3. And this is where B would go. That's where the image would be. So let's do another one here. Let's go here because we have to. And it says 4 units left. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is where B would go. And then if we were to use the same point, let's just use the same point as we did here. It says 1 unit right. We can put it here. Okay. So this is called a translation or a slide. You can also combine translations. So translate the counter 3 units right and 2 units down. So I'm going to do my little loop arrows. 1, 2, 3 units right and 2 units down. 1, 2. So the green would end up right here after the translation. Draw a point on a grid and label it A. Draw a point B, and same as before. So let's draw A. Let's draw it right here. A. 2 units right, 1 unit up. 1, 2. And it would be over here. This is where it would go. And let's use the same one here. 5 units right, 2 units up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. And B would be over here. So those are the first two. And for the last one, we'll use the same point. 6 units right, 2 units down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. So B would go down here. So that's how you would perform a slide. It literally is like a slide at the swing set, like at the park. To describe a translation, you need to say how much the point moved and in which direction. If we go back here and look at this, to go from point A to point B, it went 1, 2, 3, 4 units right, and 1, 2 units up. Okay, so that would be this translation. Okay. How far did the rectangle slide to the right from position 1 to 2? So the next slide is going to look at this. So here's a little trick that I like to use. You can make this easier by just putting a point anywhere on the shape. Now for me, because we're moving it to the right, it's easier for me to put the point to the furthest right as possible. In this case, it's right here. So how far did we go from this point? And we need to get to this point over here, because that's how the shape is being translated. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you were to redraw this shape, it would draw it right over this image. So this went 4 units right. Okay. The last slide is going to look at the same thing. So we're not going to make any translations right now, but we're just going to try and match the dots. So for A, the dot is right here. Where would it be on this image? Well, if it's just a slide, it would be over here. So it's asking us to relabel the points. So this would be 1, this would be 4, this would be 3, this would be 2. Okay, let's look at this one. Here's the original right over here, and it's got this point over here. This point would be right over here because it's just sliding. So if we had to renumber this one, 1, 2, 3, 4. And lastly, this shape here has a dot right over here. Where does it correspond to this shape here? Well, it would be right here because we're just sliding it. So if we had to renumber the corners, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So now when we look at these slides, we can tell how far this slid. So from this 3 to this 3, it went 1 unit right and 1, 2, 3 units down. Same goes for here. How did it go from here to here? 1, 2 units right. 1, 2, 3 units down. And lastly, from 4 to 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 units left. 1, 2 units up. So that's an introductory lesson to translations. I have more on my YouTube channel if you are interested. Until next time, see you around, guys. Bye-bye.